We'll try this more towards you.
Oh, no.
More towards you.
You're going to make them jump.
They're going crazy. Hey, AP.
Y'all can't ride that when we're on, guys.
The kids are going crazy.
We thought we had them settled, and then
no more of that.
Y'all can't ride that when we're on. They got this like riding toy for Christmas, and it just sounds like a roller coaster going through the house.
I'm sorry. Having to be a parent. I'm being a parent. Well, hello everybody. Henry's Honeys, how are you? Big Dave, what's going on, man? How are you?
I don't like the lighting here.
I don't like the lighting here. We do need to move. We're kind of pasty.
Well, the light puts shadows and makes us look like we're sleep deprived.
Hey, Stacy. Hey, Miss Rebecca. We do. It kind of looks like we need to go sleep. We probably do. We have 6 kids. It's a little crazy around here. So, how's everybody's day going so far? Or night? I guess how has everybody's day went so far? Hey, Miss Wendy. Covering from snow. Henry's Honeys, you keep it over there. Yeah. Sandy Wilkerson, how are you?
I was making lemonade today, thinking how I wish I was making lemonade to go sit outside in the sun.
I'm just kind of over the winter this year. I really am. Hey, Gladys, how are you? Mr. Larry.
Colby's like the general population. When it's summer, he's like, I'm so ready for it to be fall and winter. I hate this sweating. I'm so tired of it being hot. And then it gets cold. And after like a few weeks of coldness, he's like, I'm so sick and tired of it being wet and cold. I'm ready for it to be hot again.
Boo. That's incorrect. No. After Christmas, it needs to be 70. There's no reason.
I want it to always be 70.
Hey Tatum. Hey, Miss Debbie. Hey, Kim.
I like the warm weather. Y'all heard me say this before. I would rather go outside and sweat down. And in Mississippi, you sweat down.
We do sweat
than to go outside and just totally freeze.
Hey, Amy.
So anyway, I was making lemonade today, and I was like, man, I wish I could just go sit outside on the swing in the sun, and it'd be warm.
Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Lindsay. I do too. I'm just kind of over it. It's been really wet here this year. It's been really wet this year. So it's just like my grass really hadn't grown the best, and just been one of those days. I'm telling you, or one of those winters. It hadn't just had the best winter. Really, what upsets me is the grass really hadn't done as well as I like.
Well, not only that, but you got to think, we battled the chickens and the whatever was getting in our beds constantly. So so far we've had none of our own lettuce, none of our own carrots.
Now, but
none of our own things because we battled the chickens, and it was either cat that's right there by the window,
Vicky,
or like a raccoon or something that was out running around that kept getting in our beds, and we literally. That was really a bummer for me because I loved going out there and getting our greens and stuff and bringing them in, and we just didn't get that this year.
We had greens. We just didn't have our lettuces and spinach, but they're all growing now. Yeah. Good. How do I start a sourdough starter, Miss Mac? There's a few ways, but the easiest way is the artisan kind.
Yes. What I would tell you to do is go over to Lisa at farmhouseonboone.com, and she has a whole ebook on sourdough starters, how to start it. It's really easy to do. I would probably not recommend you starting it in the winter. I mean, you can try. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything.
What's up, Moorhead?
But you need a warm place, a warm environment to get that natural yeast caught in that flour and water. So if you have like a place by your stove or in your stove where you can keep the light on and kind of keep it warm, then you would very easily be able to do a sourdough starter. Most people would recommend, if you live in like a really cold climate, a really cold area, that you're likely to have more luck if you do your sourdough starter like in late spring, kind of early summer, where it's just naturally warm. But it's not hard to do. It does take about a week, give or take, to feed your flower. It's a flour and water combination, but it takes about a week. You have to feed it morning and afternoon, and then you have to discard. Feed it morning and afternoon, and then discard. But I do recommend you to go over to Lisa at farmhouseonboone.com.
Hey, John.
And she has a whole ebook on everything sourdough that you could think of, from starting it to maintaining it to
Lisa at farmhouseonboone.com.
Grammy
Hey,
Karen,
Maurice.
if you could pull up her link and put it on there. She has,
hey, Karen.
Like I said, she has pancake recipe that I love. She has cinnamon roll recipe. She has like kind of like a shepherd's pie type recipe that has pizza.
We do 2 different starters, sourdough starters, but that's the one that we use them.
Yeah, you can do potato flakes, sugar, and water. But
hey, separate 7.
The more healthy one is flour and water.
Flour and water.
And she goes through the different types of flours. Like, she's a really good resource to check out if you're not familiar with her.
Amy, we have already started a lot of our seeds. We're starting our early spring right now, so we have some lettuce, spinach, and we do have some tomatoes growing, but and some more broccoli. But that's all in the greenhouse. And
it's really been a bummer for me this year because I stay inside with the kids, and I'm usually the one that goes out and waters and kind of maintains the stuff in the greenhouse, and then Colby will we all kind of transplant and maintain after that. But I've not been in the greenhouse.
Hey, Eli.
I don't think since Livy was born.
Can't believe you.
Yeah, and the greenhouse is usually my thing. So it's been a bummer.
We've got a lot of that started, and then we'll start our potatoes in probably mid-February. So we have a lot coming up for us. Because we tend to get warm quicker than most, we'll be able to plant a lot of that. All will winter fine here. We just want them to get bigger so they can go back into the raised beds.
Thank you, Miss Kathy, too, by the way.
Mariah, the fire pit is working phenomenal. I'm looking for a thicker, if y'all remember, that little one was a cheap, junky little fire pit, basically. It did work fine. I mean, it worked great. So we're going to buy a little bit nicer one, or a metal one, to actually do what it's supposed to do. But it's doing phenomenal. Yeah, Lindsay B., I wouldn't start seeds unless you do have a greenhouse anytime soon. We're in 8B, so ours is a lot warmer. Hey, little feet, how are you? Let's see.
Even though if you were asking me right now, how warm is it? I would say
it's not warm. It's pretty chilly.
Well, today wasn't terrible, but we have had some really cold days. When was it? 32 and 33?
Yeah. So somebody a while ago, John asked that did we get any snow? We got some sleet, but that's it.
Yeah. And our heat, what was so crazy is it's like every time it bottoms out, like the temperatures just drop so low, like our heat cannot keep up. So we woke up.
Thank you, Grammy Karen.
We woke up two mornings in a row, and it has been like super cold in the house.
Miss Rebecca, people make fun of us for being as frugal as we are. Actually, a lot of the people I work with, they just make fun of me all the time.
Not our YouTube family.
No, not YouTube.
But like some of Colby's friends that he works with.
True, they do make fun.
But you know what? We ain't got that note.
We don't have that.
So if it floats your boat to pay a note for 10 years, and hey, that's good for you, but we don't want that. So
the other day, Misty had to go to town and to do a Walmart pickup, and I'm fully against this, for the record. I'm against Walmart pickup, but anyways, beside the point. So she usually goes early. Walmart's been nuts. I don't know if it's been
crazy.
In South Mississippi, everybody goes in like hunker down mode because the election just happened and whatever else. So
I had it for 8 o'clock that morning. It was supposed to be ready at 8.
What time was it?
It was 11:30.
11:30. So Misty goes, and she has to get food from town, and that's not something we do at all. Now, it wasn't like fast food, but I
made a post about it on Facebook because what was funny.
We don't eat in town.
What was funny is I found myself. I was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock that morning to get it. Well, I did not get a notification until shortly after 11. So I go and I pull in the parking lot, and there's not even a park. Both sides, all the way up, there's not even a parking spot. So I thought, oh, this is not going to be good because here it is, lunchtime. We're going to be here. I have waited for well over an hour before. So I thought, here we are in the middle of lunch. I'm going to be waiting forever with 6 kids by myself in Walmart parking lot and no way to access the bathroom. So I was like, I ain't even doing this. So we ran and picked up some chicken strips from town and ate. I got a salad, but I got the kids some chicken strips. And we went back and pulled in and we waited forever.
Hey, Terry.
And I realized that my phone battery was almost dead. I had no charger. And I forgot the baby's diaper bag.
She's not a Boy Scout. You're not a Boy Scout. Yeah, get together.
On your 6th child, how do you just forget the diaper bag?
I know. They should, like, be a permanent fixture. I mean, what are we doing here?
Anyway.
What's Walmart? I know. Misty makes a Walmart a pickup for, like, just sundry items. And see, we're those weird people, too, that we have tons of stuff built up. I mean, we do. We prep pretty good, but we always buy more, even though when we don't need it. So Misty was getting a lot of that stuff.
Well, what I do is I meal prep per week. So I say Monday through Sunday, this is what we're eating every night.
And if we don't
and
have
then I make a list from, like, we didn't have broccoli.
Right.
So I put an organic broccoli package on there. There was a few things like we're going to do chicken fajitas one night. Well, of course, we have our chickens, but I didn't have the fajita seasoning. So I went ahead and ordered some of that for the seasoning. And so anyway, it was really only a handful of things. And when I pulled in, I thought, I'm going to be sitting here all this time for a handful of things. But anyway, but that's the reason why I do that, is because I meal prep per week, and it saves us money, and I have what I need on hand per meal. So it just makes sense to me.
Amy, when we start our field piece, we do our pecan purple hull, lady peas, and butter beans all around
Easter,
Good Friday. We actually, last year I planted about a week before Good Friday, but we tend to plant around Good Friday on our big stuff. And you'll see, man, we have a monster garden. If y'all have not seen our gardens before, just wait. They get big.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being frugal. I mean, if I could shop secondhand and thrift stores and all the way around, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you don't want to buy stuff that's broken, tore up, but
we do try to eat in
for
season.
half the price, then why wouldn't you?
We try to eat in season. However, like fajitas. I mean, we can make a version of fajitas, but they sure wouldn't be as good.
Grandma
as
was so happy, said that that her son waited over 2 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that has happened here before at our local place too, and I realized that sometimes that just happens.
I'm glad you're back, Miss Ann.
One of the ladies that come around to the car, she was going from car to car and finding out who they
Arkansas
were.
woodcutter, thanks, ma'am.
And seeing if their order was quote ready. Mine was quote ready.
There's just a coffee question.
So anyway, she said that was the day that we were supposed to have snow, or there was snow in our area, but I wouldn't say in our area, but around in South Mississippi, we did not get any snow. But apparently there was a lot of people that called in that day, and they got really, really far behind. So that was the problem.
We need to link this in our Amazon store. This is a big thing of coffee. So this is what I've been drinking. The bean organic coffee.
And he really likes it.
I really like it. It's an organic coffee. This one's the vanilla nut. I'd use a breakfast blend of vanilla nut and get it stronger. But man,
we love pink and purple hulls piece too.
If you're looking for a good coffee, the bean is where it's at.
Yeah, I think it's wise to be frugal. If you can find something that is used for the same price, in the same condition as new for half the price, that's like a no-brainer for me. I also love what's Thrift books. Isn't that where I've bought several of my books from? I think it's called Thrift Books. I think that's it. If y'all have any questions about books, you're on Book Reader, and I'll have to go back to the link, but you can get some of those books for like.
You keep it up there, Scott.
For like dirt cheap. They're in excellent condition. I bought 3. I found out I was pregnant with Libby to read about natural childbirth, and I I bought 3 different
Hey, Miss
books and I
Linda.
read those and I got them for like dirt cheap.
We try to answer all the questions. So if we miss it, throw it back out there. I promise you we'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wait too long to see potatoes. They're going quick. You are correct. We've been looking for tubers. Actually, we ordered some, but they're not here yet, Craig.
We have some sprouting in the laundry.
We do
room,
have
too.
some of our original sprout, like Misty said. So we're going to try to grab those too. Craig, we plant around February 15th. I don't know when you plant your
When do you plant,
potatoes.
Craig?
Craig's another one in Zone 8B, and he's a phenomenal gardener in this area. How are the cows doing? Do you still have Didio? I still do have Didio, little feet. Reach out to us via email.
Yeah,
Misty
I
couldn't find it
tried
the other day.
I went to y'all's page and tried to find your email, and I couldn't find it. So if you'll shoot me your email address, that would be great.
We do have Didio though. The cows are doing phenomenal. Allie is looking great.
She's getting fat.
She is a fatty. If a cow could have love handles, Allie would have them. She has a muffin top going on. Her rib cage is like here, and then her belly starts like protruding out her rib cage.
She is a good looking cow.
She is a good looking cow. The coffee rehab life, I've enjoyed this bean coffee, the bean coffee. So I've really enjoyed it. And we get the whole bean so we can grind it.
And if y'all
smells phenomenal.
seen me doing the herbs with that little grinder, I honestly, that was the first time I'd ever used it, was in that video. I got it. Little feet. We got that. Using the little grinder.
No problem,
That was the
life.
first time I used that. So I was learning how to use it. But that's a cool little machine. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's really good. And see, it allows us, like if I want it a little bit thicker or thinner, that little machine does it. And I like the whole bean a lot
Do
better.
you use your home gym?
Yes, we do. I use it every day before Livy. So now, what's so funny is when I was milking, it allowed me to work out even when Livy is born. I usually try to work out 5 days to 6 days a week. But with the baby, we've it's probably been 3 days. But I bring stuff down here too, so I do still work out, but it allows me to help her a little bit in the mornings because I still get up at 4.
Well, she likes to. She has done.
She likes
really,
to party at 4.
She does really. I really cannot complain at all. I went to bed shortly, close to 10, and she was up at 12, 2:30, and 5:30.
Fancy Farmer, it is worth the space, by the way. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So I cannot complain about that at all. But
True.
at 5:30, she was like, "Why?" Like you never see her eyes.
Lindsay B, you like that coffee.
You never see her eyes, but every morning between 4 and 5:30, she's like,
"Hey, Lisa."
So I'm like, "Here, Colby, you've been sleeping
Evan's
all
family, what's going
night.
on?
Here you go, babysitter for a little while."
And Mole, that's where Misty picks up a lot of her farm books at thriftbooks.com. I think it's thriftbooks.com.
Let me get my phone and look it up because I don't want to be
I think it's
telling
Thrift
you all.
Books. Misty will look it up, but she's picked up some of her pregnancy books, but also a lot of farm books for dirt cheap there. Very good resource. Mostly it's what it is people read them and then they just turn around and trade them and sell them back in, and this place picks them back up. Where do you get that coffee? If you wait just like an hour, we'll link it in our Amazon store. I buy it off Amazon.
We can link it to this video as well.
We'll link it to this video, so you're not allowed to buy it until we link it. No, I'm joking. We get it off Amazon. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get it at any organic store probably, or just buy it straight online. But Amazon tends to be a little bit cheaper just because you're not having to pay shipping on it. Not that we support Amazon crazily, but that bean coffee is really good. I mean, it's really good. And we order it off there. They have tons of different kinds. I like the vanilla nut or the breakfast blend personally. Hey, Miss Cindy, how are you? I do not know rehab life. That's over my head. How's the baby? Doing great, Miss Darlene. She has actually been phenomenal. I can't say nothing bad at all. She has been the best baby I think that we've had.
Her and Ellie are definitely our. Like I undressed her and put her in her bathtub tonight to give her bath, and she was still sleeping. Our other ones would have been throwing down.
True.
It is Thrift Books, thriftbooks.com, and I am trying to find you guys a discount code, a friend discount code. I'm
Hey,
going to send it to
Tammy.
Colby and let Colby post it on there for us. But I'm trying to find it. I know that there's one available because I have shared it before. So I'm trying to log in and get that code. If y'all want to use it or save it or screenshot it or whatever, it will. I mean, the books are very reasonable already, but then you get a discount code on top of that. And it's like, I got 3 books for $12 when I had Livy.
Tammy, what part of Louisiana?
And one of the books was like absolutely one of my favorite that I've read.
Yeah, they've been good.
I couldn't have had Livy without reading those books.
Those books were good for Misty.
Not
She read them
naturally.
and they worked. And really, like I said, a lot of times you'll find books on there that you're thinking people just, I mean, they kind of disregard, but they really are very good books. They're older. Some of the books are older, but they really have lots of pick from.
Okay, let me sign in real quick.
We have a lot of Florida fans, Rehab Life said.
Ooh.
We like Florida. I don't know if I could. I want to say I couldn't live there. I probably could live there.
I would, except
Thank you,
for
Arkansas
the
Woodcutter.
hurricane season. I would want to move during hurricane
Hey,
season.
CJ McAdams, what's up, man? Thank you, Kimmy. Angela Blake, welcome from Missouri. We do have some Missouri folks in here. I see Moorhead as well. Rustic Woodwork and Family. What's up, man? I hope you enjoy our channel. Thank you for coming on. Just Country Girl says it's chilly in Denham Springs. Hey, so you're not far from us. It's about 2.5 hours from us. Y'all can keep Interstate 12 down there. That is a terrible interstate to drive, by the way. Hey, Jackie, how are you? Hey, Miss Leslie. Marie's also from Florida. So we do have some bunch of Florida people. So when we grow, y'all are pretty much growing too.
Trying to remember where to go to get the friend code.
I don't know. You always do that.
I sent it to one of my friends not long ago, but I can't remember where I got it from. I'm trying to find it.
So here we had it's been cold here this last week. But see, Mississippi, and I know some of you Florida and Louisiana folks are the same way. I would rather it be extremely cold and stay cold all day than to get cold at the morning and it's frost on the ground. All of a sudden, it's like 74 in the afternoon. That's kind of how it is here in Mississippi. So it's crazy. Yeah, I don't go to Baton Rouge too much either, just Country Girl, because it is just nuts. Baton Rouge, and we're not far from New Orleans, but like when you get in those traffics, we're not used to that. Let's see. Hey, Miss Sue. Hey, Judy. North Florida. Who's that yelling?
The girls are in the back. Been cold here in the 30s. We had some days of or nights in the 30s, and I did
Andrea,
not like that.
How awesome. Welcome from Blossville, New York. Now, is that North New York or is that South New York? Where's that actually at? Yeah, we can plant. We can't by Memorial Day. Our garden is booming, and usually we're starting our main gardens right now. We're starting our early spring garden, so we'll have our lettuces and all that going in the ground in the next few weeks. We have carrots, of course, lettuce already planted, but our second set that will grow on in, and then we'll start our potatoes around February, and then we're starting full on gardening usually by the end of March or 1st of April, depending on kind of Easter and how it falls.
Okay. I just sent you a message.
Okay.
So just copy and paste it. You should be able to copy and paste it in the chat.
Okay.
And it's 15% discount, by the way. For anybody that wants to look at that, there you go.
We're terrible at growing. No.
It won't do it. Oh my gracious.
We'll try to do a link in this in the actual.
We'll do we will, because I just sent it to you, but it's not going to let us copy and paste it in the chat. Or if it does, we're not that tech savvy.
I will say this: if you look at Craig Smith talking about his broccoli, which you make me sick, by the way, because we can't grow broccoli.
That was one of the main things we really wanted to have this year.
But if you follow us on the Max on Facebook or the Max Happy Hangout, yeah, the Max Hangout. Craig's got some pictures of his broccoli, and he's jamming with it over there. We actually have not done a seed unveiling really for us. We actually, We got a ton of seed in from Baker Creek, and we hadn't even opened it. I don't think.
I don't think we have.
We probably need to check and make
That's
sure we
just
ain't got
how
anything crazy.
crazy.
It's been nuts.
Like we get up in the morning and it's just busyness.
Rehab Life says, I always figured Misty was the brains of the operation.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's just crazy. Colby's usually crazy at work, and today my mother-in-law, his mother, come up for just a little while, and Aiden was going to have a friend over. So he lives literally right up the road. So Colby's mom said, I'll stay here with the other kids so you don't have to load them all up, and you can run and you and Aiden can run and pick up his friend, and I'll stay here. I got back. It literally takes us like 5 minutes there and back. And I got back and she said, she was panicking a little bit because she was rocking Libby. And when I got back, she said, Jennings went in the bathroom and he locked the door and he tore the shower curtain down. And she said, I had to get the key and unlock it to get in there after him. And I was like, welcome to my world.
Real life. Hashtag the max. Lisa Poling, we have fed black sunflower seeds to all our animals before. They're actually really good.
Yeah, we
for all animals. We actually do it for the pigs, the cows, everything.
Where we went to get the little wagon thing.
The permaculture chicken mobile, the original little trailer.
We went to pick it up, and the guy like buys storage units of people that don't pay for it for whatever reason, and then he will go and bid on it for like how much ever dollars, and then he gets all the stuff that's in there. And he said he went to one and it was like full of black sunflower seeds, and he had just had bags laying around, and Colby started asking him about them, and he was like, yeah, I'll sell you some. So we got them for like hardly nothing.
He was like, why would you need so many black sunflower seeds? Because they were like these big monster bags. He's like, I don't even know why we have them.
Like what, 10 or 15 pound bags? Maybe more than that. They were huge, like sacks. And so anyway, I thought that was funny. We got them for like a few dollars each, just because he got them out of that storage unit. And yeah.
Leslie, we run a family business. It's like a ministry that we're doing. So. Rehab Life, we've actually talked about another channel I was talking about today, but I'm not even going to discuss it because Misty laughs at me. I told him.
You're not doing that.
I said I'm going to start a new. I want to start a podcast and just call it "Sick and Tired with the Max." Just make it all about just me on a soapbox, just ripping and raring about politics. She was like, "You can't do that.
You're not doing.
We'd probably lose all our subscribers on this channel." Hey.
Was Jennings cleaning the toilet again? I don't know what he was doing in there. I wasn't here, but she just said that she got in and got the door unlocked, and he had pulled the shower curtain down. So
Jennings is our legit boy. He just never stops, man.
He gives me a run for my money. Lord have mercy.
He does. Fun times. I would be demonetized, no doubt. No doubt on that channel. I probably would never get monetized because nobody probably watch me. Oh gosh, I always say I'm gonna do it. You ever remember what's that guy? He used to come on all the time and he'd say, "You know what makes me sick?" You know that guy? I can't remember his name, but that's what we would start our show off every time. I think. Oh, she's like, "You're not doing that."
You'd be doing it by yourself.
I'd have to do it like when Misty's asleep. It'd always be dark. Hey, Mountain View Tootie, what's up?
Our talking yesterday, I could feel my temperature rising.
Yeah, so like I can deal with it. I can deal with probably stress and the worldliness a little bit more. Misty gets into like shrieking panic mode.
Like I'm doing this.
I mean, she gets all dramatic. She turns into like a prima donna.
I can't even. So anyway,
she'd be shrieking, her voice would be raising. She can't do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of times I'm just like, it's best for me to just say, Lord, I need to come talk to you right now. So I can't go there.
Oh, have mercy.
So I definitely would not be.
Jesus would have to take the wheel for sure. Hey, goodness. All right, so Marge says, I'm so impressed with your son, Aiden. He works so hard. He does work hard. He's a trooper. Sometimes, it's like any kid. He like today, when he has friends over, I have to like just kind of watch him a little bit to make sure you get this done, because he gets a little too excited. So
yeah, most kids only play video games at his age. Well, that's kind of a parental thing. So for us, we don't give him the option to sit on his butt and play video games all day.
wait. But the video games that we do play,
he does have an Xbox, but it's not. We know what games he plays, and it's not
it's like
not allowed
architecture, build stuff.
to be Minecraft.
But
yeah,
really,
he builds stuff.
but really more than that, what
It's not allowed to be hooked up to the
gaming
internet
systems
at
do we
all.
have?
Xbox and the Nintendo from like 1980.
We have a 1990 model new Nintendo NES. If anybody knows what that is, y'all rock. And then a Super Nintendo from like 1992. So that's what we play more than anything. And that has like Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes on it. Hey, Heirloom Permaculture. Hey, Joy, how are you? Almost forgot about y'all being on. I was making vanilla extract. Were you just making vanilla extract?
Colby always makes fun of me because
Nintendo OG, you're right.
Because I when I make vanilla extract, he's like, "How much of that vanilla are you really putting in that food?"
Miss Martha, how are you?
I'm like, "Boy."
We're not even gonna talk about me having to go buy the stuff. We talked about that one live.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Hey, I had to get that bottle out the other day, and I was like, "Man, we should have pulled that bottle. It's like this big." And the lady was in there that was checking him out. Was like,
I know, she was like, "Man, this guy's got some issues." Hey, Miss Kathy, how are you? Don't worry, we're not cool enough for trolls, so you're good. Let's see. It says, Ann says, I'm the same way, Misty. My husband wants to watch and talk about everything going on, and I just have to leave the room and go outside.
Yeah.
Grammy Karen, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Hey, y'all need to see.
And we hope you're getting settled in. I replied to you today.
Thank you again
told
for that.
That yes, that I hope that everything was going smooth and hope you're getting settled in your transition.
Big Dave, your name reminds me of a talk show DJ, so I could see that. I really do. If they sell it, they shouldn't be shamed for us buying it. Yeah, Heirloom, but if you would have saw the bottles I bought.
He had several huge bottles.
And here I am, and I'm honestly saying I don't drink. I'm just buying this for vanilla, and they're like, right, cute. That's funny. And we're talking like, gallon sizes.
They were huge. So she was looking at us looking at him. I didn't go in.
Judy Judd, we love the Nintendos. I'm a Donkey Kong fan. If I'm gonna play, I like Donkey Kong.
I like the old school Mario, yeah.
Super Mario. When it's like all two-dimensional, everybody's a block figure. That's
Politics and vanilla extract. Well,
that's what we're gonna name it.
If I start talking politics, I might have to just kick the vanilla extract out. No, I'm just kidding.
Joy, we used to make it with higher end bourbon and vodka when it come to vanilla making. But you know what? In our frugal, cheap way, we quit buying the high end stuff because the low end stuff does just as good. So if it's bottled and straight, we buy the cheapest thing we can find, long as it's in glass.
Yeah.
Pro at Frogger. Me too, man. I get so mad at those trucks. What I used to go pick up. Donkey Kong was fun. It's a blast.
We do a lot of card games too, and y'all saw our recent video.
I think we played Uno. I think we play Uno like every night
since Christmas.
Yep.
Or if we haven't been able to with the kids have.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, with politics, you'll need that big bottle.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to start it. I'm going to just start it. You going to let me start it? It won't be a happy podcast. I don't know. You might not want to come over there. You'd be all stressed.
Listening to you ranting.
I know. I'd be ranting. I'm not going to lie. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Did I miss a comment? I think I missed one a while ago.
I take it too personal, and so that really gets me emotional.
Yeah, the duck hunting game was fun. Our little thing quit working, so we couldn't use it anymore.
I don't think it ever worked when we bought it.
It might not have.
I don't think
it ever Homestead, worked. What's up, man? How are you doing?
How many vanilla beans do you put in? I bought some from Costco, and and it has 5 in it. Let me grab my bottle and I'll show you, and then I'll kind of tell you what I have done with my past several bottles, if that makes sense.
And so what Missy's supposed to get, we buy the Madagascar grade B organic vanilla bean. We buy it online. It's cheaper to buy it online than buying in store. And she actually just keeps it kind of filling it up. It's not that she's not
That's
actually.
I'm gonna show them what I've done. Okay, so this bottle right here was. I'm sorry, I got your finger, didn't I?
Yep.
This was the original bottle, not the stuff in it. This was the original bottle that I had that we bought in the mountains. And I had like 10 beans in there. And I would just shake it every few days and leave it for like, I think I started using it at around 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
If you can wait 6 months, it's better. But because we didn't have any, I didn't wait. So I used all of that, and I had another bottle like this.
Amen, Scott.
And I had another bottle like this. So with my other vanilla beans, I put them in that bottle and did basically the same thing. Well, then when we bought our humongous bottle, what I decided to do is take both sets of vanilla beans. I had a little bit left, so I poured it over into this jar, and this is what I've still been using. I refilled this bottle, which was my very first bottle, and I took all of my vanilla beans from my older bottles and put them all together.
There's probably
20.
Yeah, probably 20 in
or
there.
25 in there.
Now, you don't need that much to start one, but since these
have been used, and I just keep reusing them. Now, you can do that for a certain amount of time. It will eventually lose its potency, and you'll need more. But these are Madagascar grade B. Did you tell them that?
Yep.
And some I split open so you can see. I don't know if you can actually see the beans.
North Star Prep Center.
In there.
Yes and no.
But then some I don't split open.
Yes and no.
So,
this is a vodka vanilla bean. To me, again, it's cost more, but if you're gonna use and you want that darker, richer, sweeter taste, use the bourbon or whiskey. We like the bourbon for our vanilla bean. But it costs more. So vodka tends to be the cheapest way to make vanilla if you're making vanilla. And you can see
the color is starting to get close.
Yeah.
This sat for months. This has been maybe 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So it's still got some aging to do too. Another question.
Maybe right before Christmas. So
Joy,
you can see the difference.
You can cut your beans and it will age it quicker, but you will not be able to reuse your beans. So we keep our beans whole just because we like to use them over and over.
Some are cut and some are not. But I just got them out of my other bottles and just combined them into this one. And then refilled it with the big bottle that we bought. Do you shake it up? Yes, I do.
Yes.
I shake it whenever I look at it. So
3 Musketeers says, Misty, you are amazing.
Yeah, y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Floating around in there?
A little bit.
Yeah, there's some dark spots down there in the bottom, and that's some of the ones that has the beans in it.
Miss Joy, you're not doing anything wrong by slicing them or keeping them whole. You're not. It will actually age a little bit quicker with the sliced beans. You just won't be able to use it, but probably once or twice.
And thank you, 3 Musketeers. That's very sweet. It's just something that we've kind of always done.
Grandma, so happy. That's actually a good idea. I mean, if y'all buy organic real vanilla in store, it's expensive. Now you can buy the imitation junk all the time, but I'm talking about when you buy real, true.
The beans
vanilla,
are pretty expensive too, though. I'm not gonna lie. When you buy them from Amazon,
they're 5 or 6 for $14-15.
They're not cheap, but you get in the long run, you're getting from the store. Your bottles are this little. You're getting 10 times the amount.
Just like elderberry. If you make your own elderberry, it's going to cost you to make it, but ultimately you're going to save hundreds of dollars if you're drinking a lot of time. That's right.
So,
also, there was one more thing I was going to tell you. Oh, on your vanilla, the reason we do Madagascar, it has a deeper flavor. If you go with the Tahitian, there's a Tahitian vanilla. It tends to be a lighter, more effervescent flavor. It reminds me almost like a kind of has a star anise and cloves. It kind of has a different taste. So we go with the
flavor do you like better? Did we answer that a while ago? Bourbon or vodka?
Bourbon by far. I would say bourbon.
I like both.
Bourbon is a richer, deeper flavor of vanilla.
Mhm. It's a little bit. It gives it a little bit of a different taste
And we
than
used
what
to
quote your store bought would
and
be.
we used to have whiskey
This
before,
is
and it did
closer
fine
to
too.
your store bought.
Yeah, that you're probably right there. But the bourbon to me was sweeter and tasted better.
Yeah, it gives it just a little bit of a different taste, but it's not bad.
Hey, VW, what's up? Hey, we got this new bread recipe. Misty says she don't want to do it on camera because she's already said that she had the best recipe in another video. But I will say this bread recipe is even better.
Well, I've never rolled bread and baked
Hey,
it.
don't tell her secret. Shh.
Well, it's cool though. I mean, it really is. It's pretty cool.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Andrea, very much.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Let's see. I'm sorry, I missed this one comment. We ordered the beans. We gifted bottles of beans for gifts. Yes, absolutely. So in months, several of us will be able to enjoy them. We did the beans you were saying, going to try the bourbon next. The bourbon does better to me than vodka does. I mean, it just gets you a better flavor, more impactful flavor.
The vodka's a little bit more closer to store bought, but it's hilarious though that we told y'all all that about buying experience in Pigeon Forge.
Thank you, BW.
We don't consume alcohol at all on any level. So
Little feet. Thank you so very much. Very much.
Thank you. You see it before I do, so I'm coming behind.
We'll give you a discount on Daddy-O for that.
He's so crazy. Anyway, so we buy it in bulk there because I will not go into our local liquor stores, and Colby won't either.
Okay, so I'm at a ministry too, so that doesn't look real good for me to go buy gallon-sized things of liquor at our local
and
one.
say we're making vanilla.
Yeah, because nobody believes that. Nobody believes that.
So anyway, that's why we buy in such large amounts when we're there, because it keeps us from having to buy it locally. And we're carrying these jugs around in our local store, and they're like, "Oh, look at the McMorris's." So we don't
Party.
do that. Yeah, they're going to party. So anyway, that just kind of keeps us out of the rigmarole from local stuff.
Because nobody believes we're making vanilla. Let's see. Someone asked what kind, or is there a certain kind? No, buy the cheapest that you can find. I think it has to be 40 proof. I think is what it actually has to be. As long as it's 40 proof. No, was it 40 proof? I can't remember. Long as it's vodka or whiskey or bourbon, it will work. Mail order your booze. No, that's funny. Let's see. 40%. Yeah, 40%, 80 proof. The whiskey, because it's a smaller percentage, tends to take a little bit longer too. We messed around and bought a butter pecan to do a last vanilla, and it did fine. I mean, it didn't do bad. I mean, it's not. You don't have to be that picky on it.
Look, I have left the mixer part
Morningwood
at the bottom
Farms,
too.
what's going on?
It doesn't really matter. It just kind of, when you cut that slice, you'll be able to notice it. But I mean, it doesn't matter. You can use that for like cheese toast or.
Show the baby, they said. Show the baby.
She does not have a shirt on. She's just in her diaper.
That's how we roll here at the Max.
Well, no, this is the thing. She sweats terribly at night. So if I put her in clothes and then swaddle her up, even though she has a very thin swaddling blanket, when I pick her up, her head is covered in sweat. So I told Colby like a few nights after we had gotten home, I was like, I'm going to have to literally let her sleep naked because she sweats so bad. So I just put her a diaper on and then wrap her up in her swaddling blanket, which is very thin, but she still sweats so bad. So I just let her sleep in her diaper.
Hey, we do have to show you this French loaf of bread that we make. We actually just do it as a sandwich loaf. It is phenomenal. It has been our best bread so far. That's my third time to say that on 3 videos, but y'all will enjoy that. And what's so cool is it cuts really good if you're not using a bread maker. The
awesome thing about it too is it's good that it keeps getting better. They're talking about our bread, that it keeps like we've made it before and we thought, oh, well, this is great. It does great. And then we'll try some, because in the past we had tried recipes and hated them. But really in the past year, we've changed it up some, and it's gotten better. So I can't complain about that.
Texan Life, I don't know what kind of VW he can jump on that. The bread maker we're using is the cheapest bread maker you can find. It's Sunbeam.
It was given to
it
us
was
too.
Yeah, it was like a rummage sale bread maker.
Yeah.
Cheap, but it worked fine. Now, just because we don't want to have to clean it so much, we've been doing this other recipe. It's been phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie.
What did you say about the bread maker? The little piece that stays down in the bottom that kneads the dough. Didn't you say she left it in there and baked it? And that's fine to do. I used to would flip it if I had time and can catch it in time. I would flip my dough out and take that out so I wouldn't have that big notch in the bottom of my bread. But
that's in a bread maker.
Yeah, in the bread maker, right? But that's not necessary. You can leave it in there and it still cooks just as fine. You'll have that little notch
how are you, man?
cut. You can see it, but it doesn't matter. You can make cheese toast or jelly toast or whatever.
Fancy Farmer, depending on what we're eating it with. We would rather have a saltier bread, but I say that we put salt and honey in every loaf that we make. So even down to the biscuits, anything we make, we put salt and honey. We tend to probably lean towards I lean towards the salty side. Misty then probably lean towards the sweet side.
Yeah. This one honestly is a good mix. To do.
BW, the new one we're making is not even with a bread maker. It is with true bread pans, but we roll it like you're making cinnamon rolls. And
you roll it out and then just roll it up and stick it over in the pan. And it like kind of compacts it in a way.
Cut it.
Yeah, it kind of compacts it in a way that when you cut it, it stays soft, like super soft, but it doesn't like crumble into nothing either. Which is why I explored for forever with playing with bread, because I wanted a recipe that I could cut that didn't crumble, that you didn't have to cut it so thick, otherwise it would crumble. So that's why I played with bread recipes for forever, to make sure, that, hey, I'm not wasting all this bread when we cut. So cute braid mommy. I usually have hairstylists. Yeah, we've played with bread and different recipes and stuff for forever. How about a cornbread recipe? I can do that. I got an old hand-me-down recipe from a older couple that worked with Colby for years and years, and his wife gave me a cornbread recipe, and we have not used Jiffy in years. So I'll see next time I make cornbread, I'll flip the camera out there. It's not hard to do either. It's really easy to do.
One thing Misty makes, she's made cornbread with cornmeal, of course, like traditional cornbread, but she started making it with a corn flour, like a corn white flour, unrefined corn white flour, and we actually got this on a whim, on accident.
We picked up the wrong
To me, that was probably the best cornbread that we were making, because it made it more moist, and that was really good. So she can talk about that too.
That one today was amazing.
But like Misty was talking about the crumbly bread, you will not have crumbly bread at all with this new recipe, and the reason is based on a French loaf.
The one that they used in the bread machine,
it does really good.
It's really easy too, because all you have to do is throw your ingredients in there, and the machine does all the work for you. I just am like, I have to drag it all out, and.
But I will say this: if you try this new recipe,
we really like that one too.
You just need to do this new recipe. I think it shows how cool it is to roll it up and cut it. It does so well.
And
Sweeney's Creek Farm. How are y'all? Welcome from Australia. Cool.
Hartley just had her spelling word is Australia.
Hey, Miss Patrick, how are you? Let's see. I love cornbread. We do too. We eat it with greens. We don't eat, or even, okay, so I don't know if it's a Southern thing. Tell me if y'all do this too.
Peas and cornbread. You can't have them without.
Peas and cornbread, and what goes with peas and cornbread?
And greens.
No, but what do I put on mine?
I know what you do. I don't eat it though. I don't think that's a Southern thing. I think it's just a weird
thing.
Hey,
watch out. All right, so I like peas, cornbread, and ketchup. That is yummy to me. Who else does that?
I make corn-free cornbread with almond flour.
And then
that's interesting.
Let's see.
Hey, somebody asked.
Yeah, see, Just Country Girl said absolutely.
Chili. Yeah. I love cornbread and chili too.
Everyone does that. See,
Pepper sauce.
she just don't know. She don't know how to eat it.
Not
Ketchup's
a
where
southern
it's at.
thing.
Well, CJ's from up north, and he says they do it, so that's pretty good. Craig, what's Craig? You're selling us out here. You're selling us
Negative.
out.
I totally agree there. That's a negative.
All right, and here's another one. My grandfather used to do this. Is this a southern thing? Do you eat your peas? And Misty doesn't do this. Misty hates it. Have you ever ate your peas and butter beans with Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
It's a negative.
Has anybody done that? I want to hear it. I want to see if anybody has done that.
Not in California. Don't use ketchup.
Some people are saying no. Some people are saying yes. Cornbread with milk in a glass is yummy. My grandpa used to do that all the time.
What I can remember my brother was like hooked on growing up was cornbread and cane syrup.
Yep, that was another thing.
They would get that was like dessert. Cornbread, and then you would just cover it in pure cane syrup.
I can't do chow chow.
I didn't like
do
that. I didn't eat it, but my family did.
Hey, I see a lot of people are saying they like mayo on their peas. Thank you. It doesn't make me feel so weird.
Kidney beans with onions and mayonnaise.
That's very
and
common.
That's a Michigan. That comes from Michigan.
That is very common around here too. I can eat ketchup on anything. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you know, the thing with mayonnaise is we have been making our own for forever, and I have to be honest, it's super easy as long as it's done right. Because I have messed it up a few times, but it has to be done
Judy
right.
Judd.
And it's super. I mean, it's talk about taking
always
chemicals and stuff out, huh?
She says, "Stay in the Word." We're always in the Word.
Okay.
Amen.
Yep.
Hey, if you have not made our mayo, you need to make our mayo. It'll make you a better
that I
person.
could go back and say certain things like make sure you keep your blender in all the way. Make sure you what do you call it when you like pulse it instead
Pulsator.
Pulse it, like some stuff like that. I wish I could have put in the video that I just didn't think to do. I think it's in there. I just didn't think to say make sure you do this or do that or whatever. So
yeah, so
beets with eggs and onions.
Hey, there's a lot of people do that. I'm not a beet person. I don't even like onions unless they're cooked down tremendously.
I can tear up some fried onions.
Three Musketeers, I'm telling you, when I say how easy
did it turn out good for
is,
you, Stacy?
You need to do it. It's the easiest thing to do.
I would love to make mayonnaise.
It's three or
I have
four
a video
ingredients.
on it. It's so easy to do. You do have to have a emulsion blender, and you need to make sure that the egg goes in first.
Absolutely, very
then
important.
Then you put a cup of oil on top of your egg, salt, pepper, whatever kind of herbs you want to put in there, a cap of lemon juice. Mm-hmm. Put your emulsion blender very, very easily on top of that egg and pulse it on high. Make sure you pulse it.
Thank you, Nani Wells.
Keep your emulsion blender all the way on the bottom and pulse it until it starts getting thick. Then you can pull your emulsion blender up and get the oil on top incorporated in. If you do anything any different, it's going to turn into pure liquid. So follow those instructions. I'm not an instructions person and I'm not a measurer. I've told y'all that before. But making mayonnaise, I have been in a hurry before and messed it up in a minute. I love my emulsion blender.
I'm going to tell you one more thing, too. It doesn't seem to work as good with store-bought eggs.
Yeah, it does do better.
I know that's crazy.
Okay, room temperature.
Yeah, that's true.
Room temperature. I mean, that's not necessary. I have pulled them out of the refrigerator and used them before.
But it does better with room temperature eggs.
Yeah. And if you get in a hurry and don't follow those instructions, like if you dump your oil in there, and then your egg on top, that's a big no. Your egg has to be on bottom and your oil has to be on top. Do not put more than a cup. Make sure you do not bust your egg whenever you're putting your emulsion blender in there. Make sure it gets all the way to the bottom and don't move it. Just pulse it.
VW, I'm going to be honest with you. My wife had one emulsion blender. And I used to tell her, you cannot use the same one for soap as you use for mayo. That's disgusting. we'd be washing our mouth out with soap. Basically, that's what we'd be doing. So I bought her a second emulsion blender just for Mayo because she was trying to pull that stunt. She was.
I have an emulsion blender just for soaping. all of my soaping things are just for soaping.
I made her do
As
that.
Jennings says.
I made her do that because she was like, "We washed it. It's made soap." I'm thinking, yeah, but that's not safe right now. But mayo, what I like the peppered mayo. So we can customize our mayo based on what we like. So we'll put a little pepper in it or a little bit more salt in it. You know, you can flavor it a little bit better.
Rosemary, garlic.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yep. You can put thyme, basil, whatever.
Hey Howie, what's up, man?
Whatever kind of herbs or spices or seasonings, whatever. I mean,
Scott said strike 2 on the abuse.
Well, that was not physical abuse.
Hey, she's got 5 minutes. We're going for strike 3 too. So, so we went from vanilla to mayo to cow to discount on a cow. Where else we went this
discount
tonight?
On a cow?
We were talking about the $20 discount she got for giving us $20 on the lot.
You're so crazy.
We went all over the place.
But the blender would be perfectly clean. See, that's what I said.
It would be clean, all right.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't cured out,
well, the thing, really, the thing about it is it goes down in the lye, and there's so many contraptions to that thing that I really wouldn't want to put it in food, knowing that some of that could get in your food. So we do have to, but Colby.
So now we might need to name our podcast "The Great Country Song" because we go all over the place. How about that? I think that's a good idea.
Thrift books, yes. So we will link in this video when we get off. We're going to link the Thrift books discount for you to get 15% off, and we're going to link something else.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and watch the live and know what we're supposed to link.
We can link the video, the mayonnaise video. We were going to link. I thought it was another.
I have no idea. I really.
Y'all help us remember. There was something else we were supposed to link for you guys, and now I can't remember.
Okay, so you've
coffee. See, y'all are on it.
Gosh. Yeah, don't buy the coffee until we link it to the store.
Coffee. Yes, that's right.
Oh,
vanilla beans,
thank you,
we can do that. Bread recipe, we can do that.
The coffee, it will not disappoint. Your booze list. We were one of those kinds when we were because we were not liquor people anyway. We act like we were like connoisseurs. We'd buy all this high-end booze just to make vanilla. And I told Misty, I said, this is not cheaper. I mean, we are spending like $20 a bottle for a little small bottle of vanilla. By the time we did that, I was like, I'm going to start buying the cheapest liquor we could buy. And we did. And all of a sudden it's worked fine. So be cheap.
Yes, I can hook you up with the discount code. I'll be sure to put that on there for you guys.
Linda, the Madagascar vanilla we use is in our Amazon store.
It is in our store.
And it is Madagascar
grade B.
Grade B. You can use grade A, but grade B does better. Thank you, Miss Lisa. Yep, I need to try the SpongeBob. It just don't hold as much coffee. And with this coffee, it's just too good to not have enough.
He actually got SpongeBob socks for Christmas too.
That's right. Somebody actually made fun of me today for those.
SpongeBob socks.
I hit him in the face.
He's so lying.
Yeah, you'll have to see my SpongeBob socks I got.
We don't even watch a lot of TV at all. But when we were talking, me and the kids and I were discussing what kind of socks to get Colby for Christmas. Now he doesn't know this because I haven't told him this. We were browsing on Walmart, and the only ones that Walmart had available for us to buy was Mario and SpongeBob. So that's what he got. Those are the only ones that I could get. So.
I did Mario.
The Mario ones I wore today. I actually like the Mario ones.
Do you wear Mario or SpongeBob? I thought you said somebody made fun of you.
Oh yeah, no, the Mario ones was yesterday. SpongeBob was today. I'm glad.
That's all the girls. This is all the girls.
Yep, you can't hardly see Livy.
She's sacked out over here.
Yeah, we couldn't bring Jennings on. It might be pandemonium.
Poor little
Kelly.
feller. He just. Oh, and y'all saw me talk about in one of those videos about him regressing and wetting his underwear.
Night, Big Dave.
He laid down on the floor the other day on her blanket and sucked her passy for like 15 minutes.
He was not even a passy
He
baby.
hated passies.
But now since she has it.
At 9 months, he threw the passy across the room and
It's
I said,
coming
I
again.
am done. I am done. I cannot keep trying to make this kid take a pacifier. So I was like, I'm done. I'm done with the passies. And he has never taken one, ever.
Until now.
And he lays down on the floor the other day and puts her pink, I have pictures of it, and put her pink passy in and lays down on the floor and sucks it for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, 10, 15 minutes. It was during one of the little shows that they watch. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's never sucked a passy. So yeah, we're having some.
I told our girls they can't move
Jennings
until they're about
issues.
25 or 30 or so. They can't date or.
When I'm like 8.
No. 25 or 30.
No.
Thank you guys for coming on tonight. It is getting late, and you see the blankie over Happy Homestead, y'all, girl. That means it is time for sleep. That is time for sleep. So thank y'all so much for coming on. Thank y'all for watching us and putting up with our shenanigans. We're still looking for that podcast name.
I'll be sure to make sure that the links go down for you guys. So give us about 10 minutes and we'll get those links down for y'all. So y'all, the ones of y'all who want those and need those, they'll be in there for y'all.
Your coffee will be better. You actually start milking a cow at 4 o'clock in the morning when you drink this coffee. Change your life, make you a better person. You'll actually be more spiritual when you drink it.
Oh my gosh.
God bless.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.